Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Welcome to Otaku Chris is Talking. This is your weekly anime review for ACCA13, and this is for episode 7. Now, I know I missed episode 6 review last week, but I will do or touch a few points and stuff in this video. But this is mostly for episode number 7, as this is the episode I just watched. And oh my god, this episode has really given us a lot of information and kind of quite a lot of revelations. I think the word for this episode is revelations, and I'll probably use that in the title because we get revealed that Jean is basically the first in line to becoming royalty, and that there was something that happened with the original royalty. So we found out that Prince Juan, he isn't the actual direct in line to becoming king. He has an auntie, and his auntie basically she's really old. She might be senile. We don't really get quite much information from the auntie about what's going on, but she tells Prince Shuama the story about like this princess, the girl in the painting, and the girl in the painting is actually Prince Juan's other auntie. So like the old auntie's younger sister or something like that. And this lady went missing 30 years ago, and this is something that they kind of touch upon in this episode quite a lot. But I didn't understand where the number 30 came from, because what the number we had was that Jean's mom and dad died 13 years ago. So when we got this revelation, I didn't immediately link it because I was thinking, okay, so something happened 30 years ago, but Jean's parents died 13 years ago. So there's obviously no connection. But one thing that we have been having throughout the series, sprinkled out throughout the series, is the fact of how different districts have different ideals, and about how people have different ways of living, and how the Doe Kingdom, they're extremely strict about certain things, whereas in the Sweetser Kingdom is has their own way of thinking, and like every kingdom is literally almost it's just totally different. They have their own laws and everything, just like in real life. But in this anime series, it is quite strong. So I feel like maybe Jean's parents left years ago. So Jean's mum, she was the actual princess, and because it's kind of basically gets stated in this that Jean Otis is basically the next in line to become king, and that's the reason why the higher ups who know this piece of information have basically had their eye on him for a while. And some people think that that he's royalty, but some people think that's a rumor, whereas then others think that he's a sympathizer for the coup d'etat. So they're also keeping an eye on him like that, and they're also thinking that the fact that he's doing audits in different places is a cover up for him to actually be the sympathizer. So it's kind of like, what the hell? As the episode went on, some parts I thought General Director Mauve had something to do with it, and I kind of thought she was a bad guy and that she was basically pinning the blame on Gressula. But it turned out to be that Gressula may not have actually had that much to do with starting the rumor that Jean was the person in control and kind of dictating the coup d'etat, which is really interesting. So I feel like Lilium, that prick Lilium, has a lot of explaining to do, because I feel like he's been shit stirring. And when Grissela went up, well, in the last episode, 2 episodes ago, it ended with Jean basically going to visit Gressela in like the Kakatsu. I wrote it somewhere. Fuck me, what's it called again? Basically, the Kakatsu. Fuck me, what's it called? What's it called? What's it called? Basically, in the Kakatsu Kingdom, let's just say that, in the Kakatsu district, the district where the train crash happened, and that's what we found out 2 episodes ago. But in last week's episode, which I just watched today, because my laptop was broken, so I only just literally just binge watched both episodes right after each other, and fuck me, the notes I have here are crazy. So I want to kind of do like a theory video or something one day, maybe going through all the different points, because yeah, so basically, the crash that happened that we found out 2 episodes ago was actually the crash that Jean's mom and dad actually died in, and we actually have the names. So we have Schnee Otis and was it Carl Otis. So I'm gonna guess Carl is the dad. Otherwise, if Carl was a woman's name, that'd be pretty hilarious. And Schnee Otis was the mum. So Schnee is the person who's supposedly the princess. So those are the names that we got given, and the Rokusu, oh my fucking god, I'm such an idiot. The Rokusu Kingdom, where the fuck am I getting Kakatsu? So yeah, this is all done in the Rokusu Kingdom, and they've had issues of train crashes quite frequently in that kingdom. Now we find out that Grosula, they have such weird names. Grosula, he actually, since that crash happened, he's been more involved with trying to prevent these kind of train accidents happen again, which which is kind of like, right, so does he have a connection to these crashes, or is he genuinely like looking out for the people in that district? It's kind of nuts, and now we get to see how he was back in the past, like 13 years ago, and how he looks now. So he's from that district, and we found out as well that that district had crazy like issues with another district here, the Pesci district, and they clashed. And when that train crash happened, that the Pesci district didn't want to take any ownership of what happened, but yet the Rakusa Kingdom actually accepted it to just because they decided, you know what, no one needs to be blamed for this crash. It just needs to be resolved, and people need to just be taken care of. So that made Gristler look like a good guy. And when Gene spoke to him, he kind of went to him and he basically explained to him, I know I'm being watched. But I would like to thank you for basically being aware of the train crashes and basically doing your best to help out the people in this district, as well as kind of bringing ACCA to the forefront. So that was pretty cool, whilst also letting him know that he's being watched. So that's kind of like, okay, that was cheeky of Eugene. There's no need for you to go all the way to that kingdom, to the district, just to tell him that. Gressler then goes to Lilium and goes, you prick, I fucking know you told Gene that he's being watched. Why are you telling him this? Which is kind of like, okay, so the information that Liam gave, so Lilium, he's basically two-timing or he's backstabbing what, somebody? But basically Lilium has, he has a bigger role to this, which I think that he's been playing, that he's been giving us. And I feel like maybe the next episode, Lilium will come out and basically say that, I don't know, that he's been shit stirring. So yeah, so there's Lilium, who kind of vary about. We also have General Director Mauve, who I'm also very wary about. She seems to be the person who's trying to stop the coup. She seems to be the person who is trying to have control of what's going on, to understand what is going on, and telling Gene what to do. But because she's Gene's extreme higher up, Gene feels like he can't say no. So he's been trying to avoid telling her the full information. Kind of like basically in the audits, he's supposed to tell her exactly what's happened, especially like in the Suitsu Kingdom. I feel like the Sweetie Kingdom, several episodes ago, when he was in the Sweetie Kingdom, that looked like it was some Oliver Twist shit, like that really run down kingdom. He was supposed to have told Director Mauve what was going on there, that they were having their own coup, but he didn't because he was trying to protect his subordinate. So yeah, once again, so General Director Mauve feels like he's unworthy, whilst also being aware of what's going on. She even drops the bombshell to him that he is the next in line, which is fucked because this was immediately after we find out that Prince Schwan, he gets a story from his auntie about the young lady in the painting. Now, the young lady in the painting looks hell of a lot like Lotta. And it turned out to be that the reasons why he had his eye on Lotta was nothing to do with him fancying her, which would seem really weird if it was now. It was actually because Lotta looks exactly like the lady in the painting when they're around roughly the same age. I'm going to guess Lotta's around 17-ish, or maybe 16, because she still needs to have a guardian, and Nino's the guardian. So she looks roughly the same age as the person in the painting, and Prince Shawarma took the absolute piss when he got his painting of himself and posted it right next to her, just so that his father or his grandfather, basically the king, when he comes in, he can see. All he sees is the original lady and the original person in line of the throne, and a picture of him, like some any shit picture of him. So I feel like he has some cheek now. So yeah, but what I want to know more about is what happened 30 years ago, exactly what happened there, and why does the 30 years not correlate with the 13 years of when Jean's mom and dad died, and what happened between then? Did Jean's parents change their names? Why did they leave the kingdom? What are their beliefs and ideals? What do you think Gene's going to do now that he knows that he is a royalty? And why the fuck does Lotta keep asking for sweets and cakes and chocolates and shit? Oh, we got taken to Korore, some new district called Korore, where it seems that women are the ones in control, and maybe director Mauve is from there, because we're having flashbacks and it didn't really specify exactly where it was, but that's where director Mauve meets Jean at the very end, and that's also where Nino is there as well, basically eating chocolate. And so like the, this is, it's all crazy. So much fucking information has been fucking passed around. Literally, I have like a whole stack of notes. I know I'm writing it on the back of bloody letters, but I honestly don't give a shit. Not don't give a shit about the fucking videos, but like literally, it's more about just jotting down these ideas. I want to go into these into more depth, but once again, I'm recording on my phone. What do you guys think of this episode, or last week's episode? Sorry, I've been a bit here and there, but do leave your thoughts down below in the comment box, and hopefully I will see you guys soon. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please do turn on the notification so that when I make a video, you guys will be notified, because as we all know by now, when we post videos, we don't get notified. And I have like loads of people I follow on YouTube, but like because I followed them years ago, I don't get told when the videos come out. So now I'm just kind of like, what the fuck? So hopefully this doesn't happen to you guys. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. Do subscribe for more ACCA13 anime reviews and other anime, manga, and other otaku related videos. This is Otaku Chris is talking. Oh my god, that was one fucking breath. Take care, guys. Peace.